be prepared to compete. Hello and thanks for joining us in Noche La NBA, the NBA celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with McCollum, and it's Daniels in at the 3 spot. And now that we are witnessing the tail end of Kevin Durant's illustrious career, Tim, talk about his legacy.
Well, Kevin, without question, this is one of the all-time greats, arguably the most effortless scorer the game has ever seen. Quite simply, he is one of one.
Just 2 to shoot. Rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. Okongwu, the pass to McCollum. Alexander-Walker on the wing. Okongwu with a screen on Smith. A shot by Alexander-Walker, no good. Here's Eason. We saw him with 10 points last game. Pass to Şengün. The 3, nailed from three-point land.
Known as a terrific passer at his position, Şengün excels at finding the open man.
Johnson outside. Back to McCollum for 3. One shot missing. Good D by Johnson. Here's Eason. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Eason's got 5 now. Outside Daniels.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Now here's McCollum. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. And his 3rd shot of the night, no good, 0 for 3. And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach in Ime Udoka. They'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
And here's McCollum following the 3 from Kevin Durant. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. And Shepard subbed in for Tari Eason. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for Atlanta. Kispert comes in for Alexander-Walker. .133 left to play in the first. Pass to Daniels. Kispert setting the pick for Daniels. Will it go? The Rockets pull it in. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
Well, that's got to be an area of concern in this one. If they are able to dominate the boards again, it could be a repeat of the last meeting.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
There's Kuminga. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Well, you better bring more than that. if you want to try to knock Kuminga off balance, he just plows his way right through that contact.
And Durant puts up a deep three. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks trail by 8. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Johnson. From the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
He typically does most of his scoring in the mid-range or at the rim, but Johnson's showing you right there he does have that kind of range to rely on as well.
Kuminga against KD. With 4 seconds on the clock. Good. Durant's got 7 points in the game.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, the energy was there, the communication was there. I think they can build on this going forward.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Kuminga, C.J. McCollum out there with Kispert. Then there's Reza Shea, and it's Landale in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now Reza Shea following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide-open three.
Greg, you look at Alperen Sengun. He's one of the best combinations of force and finesse in the NBA.
And you wonder how he fell to the 16th pick in the 2021 draft. You saw the numbers he was putting up as a 19-year-old in Turkey. Pretty clear he should have gone higher.
Now here's McCollum. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Kispert. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Houston leading by 8. Here's Finney-Smith. And finished off by Finney-Smith.
You can get used to that from Shepherd. He likes to keep the ball moving.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Houston making some changes. Kevin Durant comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. That's Thompson in for Josh Okogie. Then for the Hawks, Jalen Johnson's checked in for Zachary Reza Shea. And Daniels subbed in for Corey Kispert. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Johnson outside. And a wide open look for McCollum. Atlanta again missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
KD's shot is good. So, Tim, I'm sure it's hard to pick one, but who would you call the most underrated player right now in the NBA?
I think it's Pascal Siakam, and I have felt that way for a few years. I just think you're talking about someone who has great energy, plays both ends of the floor, and is a matchup nightmare because of his versatility.
And began kind of in oblivion. He had to play some time in the G League and work his way up.
Became the most improved player in this league.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Kevin Durant, as effortless as a scorer as this league has ever seen. He said, "I'm not really flashy with how I play anymore. I just try to look for the best shot and be simple and easy with my game. Fly under the radar a bit. After every shot, I just run down the court and get back on defense." Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
For three, Durant scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
Down low. Daniels against Thompson. They need this. Offensive rebound. Kuminga, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, that's just one more opportunity for Kuminga to score, that time using his talent on the offensive glass.
Shepard with a screen for Thompson. Houston moving it around. Five on the clock. Back to Şengün. Green finds Thompson. For the three. It doesn't go for him. Excellent defense from Daniels. Pass to McCollum. Fires for three. Hits it from three-point range. McCollum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
And so it's Houston, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
Coach Quinn Snyder with us now, and Coach, a bit of a lull for this team scoring the ball. Why?
It had nothing to do with anything other than us being aggressive. We're like walking the ball up the court. Whoever's got it, we've got to attack.
At least effort is something you can control. Thank you, Coach.
Allie, thank you for that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the Atlanta Hawks.
I like shooting jumpers just as much as the next guy, but you have to challenge the paint as well. Right, partner?
Yep, they've got to go in and find that balance.
Okay, now we've got some time to take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as the postseason comes into view.
And taking a look at Atlanta, they've been just solid at times, and at other times they've been awesome. Fun team to watch when everything's in sync. Are they a true championship contender? We'll see.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
Here is Durant. Smith and Şengün make up the 4 and the 5. Tari Easton is out there with Thompson. And it's KD in at the 3. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Sinks the triple.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Johnson outside. McCollum with the screen for Johnson. Pass to Alexander Walker. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Now, here's Thompson. He has yet to score. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Pass to Okongwu. Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Eason. To the paint, 6 to shoot. And that one's good. Daniels.
And as a scorer, Daniels can really work inside with that size.
Rockets leading by 12. And last season's most improved player. And Tim, I know you like this guy, Dyson Daniels, a rising player.
Well, Kevin, he is an elite defender, already one of the best we have in this league, and he's just getting started.
Thompson for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Johnson, the pass to Okongwu. And they pick up 2.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Rockets. 17 points was their biggest margin.
2 minutes.
KD draws the double. Thompson for the triple. And no good that time. The Hawks trail by 10. Now Okongwu. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Spins. Here's KD. Durant uses his size in close.
And we're so used to seeing KD light it up from outside. Found great positioning and then delivers.
McCollum finds Alexander Walker. In the corner, Daniels. Okongwu with the screen for Daniels. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Now here's Durant. He's got 14. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
Houston shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And he makes the first. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. Green comes in for Smith. Okogie's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Shepard subbed in for Tari Eason. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The Hawks trail by 11. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Kispert. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Okogie. And it's Riziche with the rebound.
Those are the ones you definitely have to make. Sometimes there's just enough defense to make a miss.
11 seconds left to play in the third. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Now through 3/4 of play. Down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Rockets lead by 11. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Tim, when you think about how the game is currently being played, how hard do you think it is to defend?
It's a lot tougher than it used to be because you have much more ground to cover defensively with the number of three-point shooters that are on the floor, plus the number of guys that understand how to draw fouls.
And the league changes, don't they, in the way they officiate, so that is kind of an ever-changing way to grasp what you do on the defensive end.
Yeah, the league has tried to help defenders, give them a little bit more leeway because of how difficult it is to defend this level of skill.
Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. We've got Zachary Risacher. Jock Landale's out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then there's McCollum, and it's Kispert in at the 2.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Kuminga. Risacher with it. 17-foot shot away. Şengün with the rebound. Here's Okogie, defended by Kuminga. Şengün fires. Not that time. It won't go. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Trailing by 13.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, the timing was a little bit off, and it forced the miss.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Jacks up a 3. A three-pointer. Good.
Man, that is a quick release by McCollum. He got that thing in the air before the defense even realized he had it.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. With a big group substitution here. Smith checked in for Green. Kevin Durant comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Tari Eason's checked in for Josh Okogie. And Amen Thompson subbed in for Shepard. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Johnson comes in for Kuminga. Daniels, he's checked in for Zachary Risacher. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Kispert. Step back, too much. Big time shot.
There is no limit to what KD can do scoring the basketball.
Here's Okongwu. Şengün with the rebound.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
Durant gets it done inside.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
And all the skill used on that crossover, might want to save a little bit for the finish. Unable to convert there.
Durant, good on the basket.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Rockets.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for KD.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
Alexander Walker with the ball. He's covered by Eason. Johnson, and he can't stop the run as that misses. McCollum against Thompson. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about wraps it up. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Kevin Durant.